everyone, and today I'm here to talk about my favorite books of 2015. I have about 16 books to show you guys. This video, please give it a thumbs up and like it, and please subscribe if you're not already. Talk about books, reading, and all the things that impact my life. These books are in any particular order, and if I have a review for them, whether on my blog or on this YouTube channel, link it down below. And I'll also link the Amazon links for these books as well. You purchase a book or something through Amazon, I get a little bit of commission. It kind of helps my channel. Are the 16 books I loved in 2015. This book is Chasing Sunsets by Karen Kingsbury. This book was fantastic. This is the second book in the Angels Walking phase. This book is Angels Walking, so I'll link that review below as well. Chasing Sunsets. Spoil Chasing Sunsets for you. Basically, Angels Walking is about angels, and two angels sent to Earth, and they help humans, help guide them the right path to God. Angels Walking surrounds a baseball player named Tyler, and he's injured, so he can no longer play baseball. He has a struggle with this because he's always wanted to play baseball his whole life. He has to figure out something else he wants to do with his life. So people he meets and everything do that. This book I'm going to talk about is Eve the Awakening by Jenna Morrissey. Jenna Morrissey's first novel, and I'll link her YouTube channel down below. And a sci-fi to modern sci-fi that takes place in today's world. This is a phenomenal book. The Awakening surrounds a character named Evelyn Kingston, and she is a mirror. She has these like certain strengths follow her, and it's basically trying to get out of that situation. So I don't want to say too much because I want to spoil it. Like my review below, my blog review, and Jenna's videos are amazing. So I'm going to talk about The Living Room by Robert Whitlow. I loved this book. The Living Room by Robert Whitlow is about a woman named Amy, and she's a legal assistant. In the day and at night, she is a writer. It's about her balancing her two careers, but it's also a really amazing thing. She dreams someday she goes into a place called a living room. God speaks to her, and it's a place of peace, calmness, and beauty. And basically, certain dreams she has influence her writing, influence her novels. I love this book. Whitlow did an amazing job of writing about the daily task, is not making it boring. So I highly recommend it. I give it 5 stars. It was phenomenal. This is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I read this book last year and I want to read it again this year. But 5 stars. The way Harry has, but then has his own commentary as well. That was fantastic. The world is amazing. An adaptation of A Christmas Carol is the one with Jim Carrey. I think that's a Disney version. That movie is almost very 5% parallel to the book. That Amazon link to that movie as well. So I highly recommend that. I read Humans of New York by Brandon Stanson. Humans of New York is a fantastic book. It's a book of photographs and stories. Stanson, what he is, he's a photographer, and he goes around New York, pictures of all different types of people, and he will tell them a little about themselves, their story, their lives, and it is so good. I read it in about like an hour and a half. It's a pretty decent book. Pictures go by pretty fast. I highly recommend it. I believe there's another book that's Humans of New York stories. There's Little Humans of New York, which is the story and concept of the kids. If you want to pick up the other 2 books as well. It's Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. Now this book was so well written. It's about this young woman, and she is murdered. That's unspoiled. You found out about it in the first chapters. It's basically about how she dies and is in like limbo, I guess. She's not exactly in heaven, but she's on earth, like in between. Looking down to earth, and she's seeing her entire family dealing with her death and how they're solving the murder and everything. It's written so well, where you're able to see how she dealing with it, and then how family dealing with it, and the family dynamics in the town. It's fantastic. It's James and Giant Peach by Robert Dow. Now, I've always really liked the movie James and Giant Peach. There's an Amazon link below as well. I finally just read the book, and the book is phenomenal. It's a little dark to be a children's book. I've heard from other people that are darker. This is about a boy named James, and his parents have passed away. Rhino killed their parents. It explains more in the story. That's how we see that Rhino killed his parents. And he's sent to live with his 2 aunts, and his aunts are very abusive, do all the work around the house, starving, and about him living in that world, and then him escaping to Giant Peach and meeting all these bugs. It's just a really good story. I'm going to talk about Falling for June by Ryan Renfroe. This book was so beautifully written. I was so immersed in the story. This book is basically about a man named Elliot Champ, and a romance or anything like that. She led an older man named David Hadley. He needs help to fulfill a promised wife, and it goes back in time, maybe 10 years or so. Beautiful love story and setting and the places, everything. It is a wonderful story. I want to talk about Guide to Matchmaker by Derek Prince and Ruth Prince. This book was fantastic. Fiction book. God has picked a specific person for you to marry. Like, God knows who you're gonna marry. Really quick read and get 5 stars. One of my favorites of 2015. Your Life by Rick Warren. This is another non-fiction book about what God, to be like, why you on earth, created things I already knew, affirmed certain things in my life, and it's just a fantastic book. I highly recommend it. And Line by Renfroe. This book was awesome. I love the concept of using a landline phone, as a lot of people don't have landline phones anymore, and an expect in a love, romance, relationship, and talks about time travel. It's just a really good book. The ending wasn't my favorite to me. I still give the book a 5 stars and still recommend it. I got to know, I think, the characters, but I highly recommend it. The Tales of Misogyny by Patricia Highsmith. This book I got in London, London book haul down below. It was so good. But I went to the London Review Bookshop. I could do the books, and it was like at the checkout counter, like in front of choice, and it was so good. Like, I don't know, like, it was really dark, like some interesting book, but a really good book. And so I definitely want to pick up more of Patricia Highsmith's book. It's Through the Looking Glass and Alice Found There by Lewis Carroll. This is sort of a sequel to Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, also by Lewis Carroll. It's not really, because you can read the book separately. It was a fantastic book. It's Adventures in Wonderland. I've watched so many versions of that when I know the world really well. And to read Through the Looking Glass and what I found, that's a completely different experience for me, because knowing bits and pieces of that book, but I didn't know the whole thing, so to read it was really awesome. A lot of different characters, and there were in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. We went to a lot of different places. Where Alice's world, when she went to the mirror, everything was like backwards and flipped upside down. It was kind of stuff, different colors. Fantastic. Loved it. It's a Wither by Laura DeStefano. This book was so good. Now, I've had the book probably for about 3 years. I waited and waited to read it because some people on YouTube and read some of the reviews, they would mix reviews. I'm like, I don't know. So happy I took a chance to read it. I was so immersed in the world. It's a dystopian novel, Lies of World, which is really, I think, important in a novel, especially in a dystopian novel. That was amazing. I was going to put the book Fever on the list as well, but I forgot to put the first in the series. Fever is just as good, and I'll link a review for Fever in the description below, as well as my review for Wither. Cupid is Overcalculated by Kate Hurley, and this is a non-fiction book as well. This is another book on goodness, and I just loved hearing Katie's story of how she dealt with certain things and the things she's gone through in her life. So realistic. It wasn't like sugarcoating anything, which like this is how she felt. Just a really good book. I really highly recommend it. Last book I have on this list of Oz by L. Frank Baum. Wonderful Wizard of Oz movie with Julie Garland, and I'll link that DVD down below, and I really enjoyed the movie. I can't believe it took me this long to read the book. The book is a lot darker than the movie. It's darker, like it has a darker tone to it. Oh, that's not in the Wonderful Wizard of Oz movie. Loved it. I loved characters, settings, it was really descriptive. Really want to read the rest of the series. I think there's about 9 books, I believe, in the series. I have my Kindle, so I still gotta read them. I did 85 books in 2015. Fantastic reading in 2015. I already have read books so far for 16, and they've all been really fantastic. I'm filling my list for 2016. My favorites will probably be longer than this year's. Put some of your favorite books down in the comments below. Any that really impacted your life, or there any that made you want to read a new genre? In the comment below. This video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. My social media, my Instagram, Twitter, feeds, and my blog will be down below as well. And I also have PDF on my blog. Sign up for my email list, and it's how to read 50 books a year. It's not as impossible as you may think. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my favorite books of 2015, and have a great day.